Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu rasulillah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Actually, I'm just walking tonight and I saw this video someone sent me, and it's about autism. And I've been thinking about autism for so long. I remember when I was studying psychology back in university, and the issue, autism came up, and the autism spectrum, and just so many terminology. To do what? To place someone, to compartmentalize someone into a certain label. And as Muslims, we need to look at the world in a different way. Who says that this is the way it is? Now, we're not talking about concept of someone having lost their mind, majnoon, that is part of Islam. Autism is not like that. Who says that because someone doesn't fit a standard picked by the world, that all of a sudden that they are somehow autistic? And what does this label mean anyway? Yes, I know you can go to the depth of it, link it to genes, genetic, and so on, so much, but I question it, and I'm allowed to question it. Everyone, you are allowed to question it. If you are a parent who has an autistic child, you're allowed to question it. Is it the way it is? Is it the way they say it is? Just because my child is not fitting in a standardized place that a certain regulatory body or government says, does that mean my child is just not normal? Because, sorry, I'm going to turn here. I'm upset about this. Just because someone says that, and how parents feel when they find out that their child is autistic, and how they make you feel, even though they offer so much support and they try to make you feel special. Special what? What is normal anyway? Honestly, what is normal? You know what this reminds me of? When I first got into da'wah, one of the first attacks that people had on me, or trying to make me question Islam, was the event when the Prophet ﷺ would receive revelation. And they would say, look, he's crazy, he's got issues, he's got problems, How can you believe in a man who, starts, like the descriptions of the hadith would be that he would hear like the ringing of the bell, like the buzzing of bees, and when these so-called missionaries would analyze them, they start writing articles. Look, Muhammad is crazy, astaghfirullah, he's like this, he's like that. How can you believe he had mental problems? And when I was studying psychology and we got to this, and I said, who says that these people have something different? Of course, we know Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah revealed to him the Quran. And I'm not putting aside the fact that yes, there are people who have problems. I'm not, oversimplifying this. But I think people are complicating this issue. And I feel so bad for all the parents who suffer. Always in the back of their mind, they're always thinking, my child is not the same as others. Who the heck decides what the others are? And what is that standard? The school? Come on, man. Have you looked at the statistics of education these days? Have you looked at what our educational systems are going through? Honestly, have you? Have you looked at what the world is going through? How science has failed us? Cannot even deal with a little virus? Become so vulnerable. All this strength that we always talk about, that we know how to do things. Come on, man. And the parents sit there, and in the back of their mind, the mother, the father is made to think that my child has got a problem. Why? Because can't sit down, can't focus, ADDH, whatever, acronym and label and put you somewhere. That's where the world wants to put you some. So the Muslims are put into usually the terrorist label or the extremist label, right? These words, this this race of labels and slogans. And the world is just stupidly following this. COVID-19, Corona, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Man. And people don't use their brains anymore. And we're suffering. And that way, with this standardization, they're able to just make you feel that you're just not up to par. Yet, when you look at these children, some of them are just geniuses. Geniuses, but they are made to think. They come and make the videos. They talk about the fact that we're autistic. I was watching this video right now. I'm autistic, autism is this and autism is that. Who says what is autism? Is this wahi, revelation from Allah? I'm not putting down again, guys, the fact that there's mental issues, health problems amongst children, this and that. Yes, let's deal with those. But I'm talking here about autism, okay? And the autism spectrum, because they had to make a spectrum, right? Because, well, it wasn't matching one thing, was it? There's such a wide variety of expressions of this so-called label. But it's so much easier to call it a spectrum, because then we can take it far, we can extend it. If something comes up and says, hey, do I really fit in this label? Yeah, there's a, some degree to the left or to the right where you can fit in. Oh, okay. I'll just feel like garbage for the rest of my life, and my parents as well. This is, honestly, may Allah help us to wake up. And it's not just about autism. It's about everything in this world, about labels and slogans. Toxic masculinity, I don't know what. There's a lot of labels need to be analyzed. Some have truth to it, no doubt. Some define things, no doubt. I'm not saying that. But everything has to be compartmentalized. Everything has to be put in something. Everything has to be standardized. And if you don't meet that standard, you're just not normal? Or what? Let us use our brains a bit. Ya Allah, give this ummah, at least the ummah of Muhammad some brain. I mean.